Happy days. It is time for some FACEIT League. We are here with match number 500. Wanted to get like some balloon graphics or fireworks or something going off, but you know, you can use your imagination. You get the idea. It's an awesome day. It's very exciting. I can't believe we've made it through 500 matches here over the past, going on 2 years, year and a half, 2 years, whenever season 2 started, something like that. It's been an amazing ride. Either way, thank you for all your support. Here's the 500 more matches. Here's hoping we continue to get more eyes on tier 2, continue to grow the scene, continue to get more people involved, maybe more people signing up, and all that. It all continues to grow. Hopefully the whole scene continues to grow, and we get to keep doing this more. But thank you so much for being here for this, milestone of a match. I hope it's a good one. I've got Nightmare taking on Kafe Kintsugi here for your NA Master Division Tuesday night matchup. I absolutely love both of these squads. Both of these squads have very potent, high-powered DPS. We'll see if Kintsugi can rise to the plate. If their DPS can rise up and really hold their own heroes. I know they have the potential to, but they're up against some just consistent legends. I mean, really OWCS caliber talent on the other side in Rokit and Chopper. Nightmare have been your favorites all season long, and you can see why when you look at this roster. We're not gonna get ahead of ourselves though. We're gonna start with standings. Let's take a look. We're not gonna waste any time. Let's get into it. Match at number 500. Here we go, friends. Here we go. All right, Nightmare coming in 11-1, and Kintsugi 8-4. Nightmare again have been the favorites all season long. You would have thought Dreamland would have been the team that would have handed Nightmare their loss of the season, perhaps. They were certainly the next in line. It was absolutely not. It was Extinction. It was the 8-3 Extinction, putting up one hell of a series against the favorites. Really proving that the god can bleed here in Master Division. Kintsugi coming around now. See, can they follow up on that? I will say, when you back somebody in a corner, desperate situations, that's when the champions really shine. And right now, you have precious few matches left, and there's still a few matches to catch up on. We're in the final week of regular season. You have tons of stakes on the line. We just had playoff dates announced today. We have tons on the line here for these upcoming playoffs. Top 4 out of playoffs get guaranteed spots in phase 2 of OWCS. You've heard me talking about this all season long. Top 6 out of playoffs are guaranteed a spot in Master Division going into season 8. There's a lot hanging in the balance for making it into that postseason. Doesn't matter how you finish. Doesn't matter if you get into the postseason in the 8th seed. It's how you come out of postseason. So everybody, still with an opportunity for all of the glory here. And that includes Kintsugi tonight. And this is a team that I know has some high highs. We've seen Kintsugi have some of that punching power with Winter and Lich. We've seen Winter in OWCS, looking strong and proving that she can contend with the best in NA. And we've had, Lich has been a huge up-and-comer, one of the hottest flex DPS coming up out of NA in Path to Pro. This DPS line is nasty, is absolutely nasty. And then you have Z's and Natsuki to back it up. This is gonna be teamwork overpowered. And we know what's possible. You've got a lot of punching power out of the back line as well. Highly rate Z's in the flex support role, I think, particularly in the Kiri. And Natsuki's looked solid in either the Lucio or the Wu Yong. Zeb up front. Zeb is the versatility of Zeb, I think, is where this might hang. I'll promise you a quick look at strength of schedule before we get into this. Nightmare beat everybody except for Kintsugi, Shikigami, and Nightmare Academy. And then, of course, Extinction. It actually leaves 3 teams left that all have playoff potential. Shikigami, that's gonna be a tough one for them to win. Kintsugi would really like to get a win here tonight as well. There's a lot of hot contention for this last slot. We are going to get Nightmare as the home team, picking Ilios and banning Freya to start. This has become a very common combination, to be perfectly honest. It's if you have a Freya player, you protect the Freya on Ilios. Otherwise, you ban the Freya on Ilios. Seems to be the trend. Specifically, picking Ilios, banning Freya has become extremely popular. We'll get a Diva ban from the other side. How about a quick look at Kintsugi's strength of schedule before we get it? They are on a 6-game winning streak. We'll say Shikigami is the toughest opponent of that group, though. Is currently in 9th place. They do have a win over Extinction, which, you know what, is more than Nightmare can say. So there is that. Now's a chance to, you know, take maps off the number 1 seed, or I mean, you know, see if you can punch up. All right, it's time for map 1. We're kicking things off on Ilios. Show me some Overwatch. Oh, hey, let's kick this over a little bit. I know, sorry. The artist producer in me always... Yeah, I know. Okay, Zeb is roll out on Zarya here. Okay, this is ringing some bells. I remember seeing some Zarya last time we had Kintsugi on. So answering some initial questions. Now, can you match AST in said Zarya? Is another question altogether. Now, there is something to be said for just coming in on 6 wins in a row. I mean, finding some rhythm. But you're not going to be able to make any level of mistake against this squad. Nightmare with high ground, have angles down into cage. Lich dancing. I think this is pivotal. This attack is huge. Catches Chopper with a big overhead. Peels back. Got Rocket low. Beautiful sequence there out of Lich. Takes their turn in. Does maximum damage. Gets out. And Winner's able to catch kill while all that's happening. You create enough damage and enough chaos. And you can demand enough resources. And then you end up finding an opening. And that's exactly what we see from Kintsugi here in this opening fight. Lich is able to finish it off with kills on both Chopper and Rocket. And this is what I was talking about. Has the student truly become the master? It's only one team fight in, but what an opening team fight. Thinking producer. Thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. I can appreciate that name. I can appreciate that. I made Juno a slideshow? Wait, I want to see this. Don't distract me right now, though. This is too good a match. Annie very close to this Kitsu. Is taking a run towards cage side as we're going to get that coupled with the Kitsune Rush. Problem is, Kintsugi had one of their own. But I started calling them, what, the Kintsugi Rush? You have a Kitsune Rush and Kintsugi? Yeah, that's, my brain was... we started jokingly calling them the Kintsugi Rushes. It was a very good slideshow. All right, your underdog Kintsugi now at 75%. Chopper's just going to go ahead and layer in the OC on top of the exchange of grabs. Oh, and slide around, find a couple of kills. Oh my goodness, does end up eventually caught there. Was not able to catch Natsuki, who danced out of the way of the OC. And is able to trade the last seconds and come back and get a quick taxi onto Zeb. Watch for a quick slingshot counterattack. Sound barrier at the ready. Neptune's still a little far away. And with Chopper down, okay, they're not going to go for it. I thought Kintsugi might try to blitzkrieg rush back in. But Chopper has certainly now returned to the fight. Back on top of the position of the lighthouse. Trying to poise, take an angle. It's actually Winner popped the opening ultimate. And Lich finds Rocket somewhere off screen. It's a huge kill. And Lich is, I mean, just having an opening round for the record books here of all time. And we're almost just zoned out the first round for a dub of last split-second touch with the sound barrier and a sundering. The sundering does an enormous amount of damage to Zeb. Trades are still favoring Kintsugi in the back of this fight, but there are 2 players here, including Chopper, who definitely has some clutch potential here. Picks up one, but Z shuts it down. I was talking about the DPS power, the punching power of this backline. It's Natsuki and Z's standing tall here to cap this point and give the 1-0 over to Kintsugi to start this series. At least on Ilios, it's a, you know, a sub-map 1-0, right? I don't mean overall, but what a start. What a start for Kafe Kintsugi. All right, though. You know, there have been some theories. There is a theory out there talking about basically don't get too excited over a round 1 win on control. So, a good start, yes, but job's certainly not done.
3, 2, 1. Round 2. Capture the objective.
Lich does give the symmetrical rollout slightly favorable position. They just kind of made it to the balcony first is all it gave him here, honestly, in this exchange. Mirror comps for the Lucio carry in the back line. Rocket's can go ahead and make a move to point first. This will prompt a rotation, and Kintsugi will send 3 onto the objective to challenge. Okay, after seeing nobody rotate, Lich spots a lone Neptune and goes up for the kill, but Rocket ends up winning it out on the objective and bails. Catches Zeb somewhere. Had to catch Zeb on the point. That had to be on the point. Well, your Vendettas just trade an enormous amount of damage, and Lich did more. Is basically what I saw from that. And that would explain why Rocket was forced out, because Lich was in the mix as well. You know, we were looking at one pop. I was, you know, kind of telling the story from Rocket's pop there. All right, now Rocket going to the high ground will pick up 1. Chopper in pursuit. Rocket drops down to anchor with AST. They're just going to play death ball. Anybody comes to the point and just faces the brunt of all the damage. Bubble on to Rocket as they go to chase down Zeb and secure this fight for good. Then we'll get the flip. Oh, good call, good call. Good category. Good call, thank you, thank you. I always forget about changing the categories. This is new update to Grounded, yeah. Alonzi and Mizu, thank you for the follow. I do appreciate y'all. Okay, cage rotation out of Kintsugi. Started this fight. You have a Kitsu out of Z's. Yeah, you're gonna swift step in. I'm not sure you got a specific target or just gonna take the point with it. But careful of the OC out of Chopper as you're rotating in, and Lich did not watch their angles well at all. But, you know what? The good news for Kintsugi is they're able to answer back. Bad news is Winter does not get the sound barrier. Neptune's going to drop theirs. You know, also 3 out of 4. So far, it's kind of 10 for 10 out of these teams. Oh, did you get the boop off? No, the Kiriko is still alive. Unfortunately, your hit skate is not if you're Kintsugi. Nightmare have control of the point. They will chase Natsuki off that left-hand side of your screen and chase Zeb off to the point entirely. Hey, what's up, Jill? I know, I'm sorry. I saw you were also streaming this one. Awesome to see you streaming. Love to see you streaming. Keep it up. Cover T2. Support T2. Our co-streamers. Our co-streamer family. Gotta stay tight. Gotta stay strong. Gotta support each other. Huge grab. Right in the middle of that Kintsugi rush, and here comes the collapse out of Kintsugi, and it is enormous. It'll get the job done. Lich claiming supremacy in this fight, using the centering throughout that as well. I'm not sure you need the centering at the end. Who did Chopper trade? Chopper traded 1. Okay, you can see Z still making their way back in the fight. Looks like Natsuki. Yeah, there we go. So 5v5, Rocket centering now at the ready. A little harder to set up for this. This is, you know, good space tonight. Rocket The overhead sit Natsuki just like down to the low ground. Gotta be careful. That will knock you off the edge, right? That can punish so bad. But Lich has found access to your Kiriko? That is not how you wanted that rotation to happen if you were Nightmare. And they're just going all the way back to the spawn doors to regroup here. Oh my goodness! Rack Attack with a big raid! Umbreon, thank you for the follow. My goodness! Soup Outlaw, appreciate the follow as well. Wow, huge raid, Rack! My goodness, thank you so much. Huge raid. If you're not following Rack Attack, go do so now. All right, we're set for final fight, potentially for the map, at least of the round. And your underdogs, Kintsugi, have the opening round. Kintsugi, just throw it on from Kintsugi. There you go, I already did it. Then Zeb's taking full advantage of the Kitsu on the point. Then you're 8-4. Underdogs will take map 1. I hope you had a wonderful stream. Captain Turtle, thank you for the follow as well. I really appreciate the raid. Thank you so much. Huge. Lich looking like the next up flex DPS that was promised, right? Absolutely just ripped Nightmare to shreds there in that first map. Oh, I can't wait to see some stats from that one. Let's get Kintsugi their hard-earned point on the board. We are in lobby for these matches. These are, official FACEIT League Master Division matches here. So much on the line, right? We're in the final week of regular division for FACEIT League. And Kintsugi are fighting for one of these precious playoff spots. If top 8 will make playoffs. If they make playoffs, they have an opportunity to make top 6 out of playoffs, which will guarantee them a spot in Master Division for Season 8. If they can make top 4 out of playoffs, they'll be guaranteed a spot in Phase 2 of OWCS qualifiers. Remember, only 16 teams will play in those qualifiers. Only 8 teams will get through from phase 1. 8 of those slots are already spoken for. 4 of those will be determined by the playoffs here for this season 7. So there's a lot on the line here as we're in the final week of regular season for Kintsugi to earn a spot in playoffs. So Nightmare, after losing map 1, they have lost a few maps. They had only lost a couple of maps going into the extinction loss. So one of the rare map picks for Nightmare here in Season 7, they're going to Suravasa and baiting out a Bastion. Let's look at some stats there. Keep an eye on Lich. Lich was a beast. What are we looking at? 23-4? Absolutely fantastic round. Top elims, fewest deaths, tied for. And, doesn't have top damage, but I guess you don't really need it with the Vendetta when you're claiming kills like that. This is a team of next up, basically versus a team of veterans. I think AST Design's the one exception to that, right? AST Design, I would say, is a huge next up in the tank role. Clearly, Rokit, Chopper have an enormous amount of competitive experience and are, OWCS caliber players. But even Aniyun and Neptune, right? We saw Aniyun playing on NYXL there at the end of Overwatch League, right? We know Aniyun has been a high-end competitor for years. Ice in the veins over at Nightmare. Sigma Ban out of Kintsugi as we get set for map 2. Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining me. Let's get into map 2 as we head to Suravasa and see if the upset continues. The underdog so far with a fantastic start. Can they ride that wave into a Nightmare map pick? Actually, to be frank, Nightmare picked map 1 too, but everybody is playing Ilios for map 1. That is zero surprise.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Whoa, choking on tea.
Initial flashpoint. Marking.
Very often we see the fight up here. Usually both teams go stairs. Both teams have the same idea to enter through main. Rokit's going to go all the way around the full circle counterclockwise and catches Natsuki with the big 3-hit combo. What an opener to take the speed out of this composition, and you really limit the options available here for Zeb and the rest of Kintsugi by catching that Lucio so early in the fight. That's going to be a nightmare cap as Kintsugi tuck tail and wait for their Lucio to return. Rokit driven away after another early approach in the fight. Lich bubbled up, moves up towards the objective. I think was just trying to draw some aggro. Honestly, it didn't quite work. Rokit and Nightmare were fully focused on trying to get Zeb and Winter. Seemed to be their primary targets. Lich moves to the flank. Nightmare has to fall back. Lich is going to make a move to go in. So does Rokit. All attention on to AST. Big right and huge damage out of Zeb, but AST is still able to survive. Man, that one was so close. Eventually, it's Rokit who oversteps. Now AST goes out for revenge. Will find the revenge, but have they bit off more than they can chew? Lich will cover, kill, take down, send 3 to spawn, whatever I'm trying to say. Lich will get it done. That's what matters. Lich is getting it done. So close in these team fights. I mean, it feels like one good right click or one... You're able to block just a little bit more damage out of the bubbles. The bubbles catching more cooldowns than just gunfire, than just primary damage, right? Just that extra little bit is enough to win these team fights. It feels like such a knife's edge. Maybe just catching one extra overhead. Kintsugi rushed from both sides, and this is just a grab advantage from Zeb. AST was about 25% away, and that grab will win him out this pivotal fight. And even getting staggered here just minimizes the chances of a retake. At 75%, these comps are fast enough. I think they can actually get back. 65% kind of used to be the number. But no, okay. With that late stagger, Nightmare's not going to risk it. Wait, I say that. Rokit's in. Sound barrier's out. Nightmare goes for it. Winter and Natsuki kind of patiently wait. Oh, Chopper sneaking in. Found a secret weapon. You know what? Nightmare was also not left-handed. They were certainly not without OC. Lich with an ultimate that might be a difference maker on Rokit, not in this fight. As both the overclocks fade, and once again, it's Lich who finds late fight value. And it's going to be a 100 cap here. After an early cap from Nightmare. Very well played by Kintsugi to steal it back and never let go. Lich is able to catch Neptune early in this fight. Exact same story, but just reversed. Huge grab out of AST. Is that enough? I mean, there's still 4 players out of Zeb. You guys, that's huge. I mean, you only confirmed the kill on the Lich. AST ends up dying somehow through that exchange. It looked like the grab could have been enough to turn that fight. Is Bastion and Flashpoint a legit strat right now? I saw Koss and Iliad playing it. Yeah, oh God. We were talking about Rokit being the best Vendetta in a, or at least in FACEIT League. When we saw them on, I mean, just, it was really versus Dreamland, I think was the match where we were talking about that, where Rokit just looked unbeatable. And that was that kind of team fight. Where Rokit just like no extra effort, right? Yate, I appreciate you being here. Life is good, you kid. 500 matches to face it. We got a banger here tonight. And so far, you're underdog in Kintsugi. Oh, but the Nene grab. Actually, you get Neptune late. Or if you can kill Neptune, you do. Winner actually gets value out of that, but you've lost 3 the other way, courtesy of Rokit and Chopper. And the dynamic DPS duo. It just puts on too much hurt out of Nightmare before Kintsugi can answer. That might just be a tie game here on Suravasa. There's the kite back for Chopper. I will say the 65% rule doesn't apply to the Vendetta comps. I'm not quite sure what the number is in the Vendetta comps, but it's pretty high. It's like 75 to 80, despite how quick they tick up at Flashpoint. Good shot. Oh, wow. Woo! Jumping shot to catch Natsuki was gorgeous as well. Oh, chef's kiss 2-piece out of Chopper. Both teams have about an 80% win rate here. They both love this map. Woo, cool insight. Thank you, Fendi. That's really cool insight. I heard a grab in from AST. What are we at? What, you caught Lich with it? Do you know the way Lich has been playing Worth? Sound barrier from Natsuki, though, gets Kintsugi the point. Rokit is also down. We have a 4v4 here. Everyone's trying to block the hybrid pool, so picking Flashpoint is very intentional. I see you trying to block those hybrid maps. You don't know, hybrid and Flashpoint are combined here in FACEIT League. So choosing this does, in fact, block any hybrid map from getting chosen until map 5. We're going to look at a Sundering Blade in from Lich. Natsuki already out of this fight, so it's just kind of a stand your ground moment for Kintsugi. It has been forced, that decision, that is. Whoop. As we take the camera on the tour through the ground. Who do I think we are? Venture. Beautiful sound barrier out of Neptune. You just kind of kidnapped Zeb off of that corner. Oh, Neptune's got a great fight. Huge beat. 2 picks. Let's go, Neptune. Chopper did some stuff as well. That's awesome. I'm glad people are actually. I'm glad that's useful for my Extinction family. Connecting with people with somebody using the Pixel one. I'm just happy to see I can provide value to somebody. Ooh, and he just like connects with this random headshot onto Lich on that corner and keeps Lich from pushing in. Chopper's able to find winner as well. %. Looking for the touch. Gets booped. Bubble will initiate the OT. Zeb trying to build up towards this grab using this Kintsugi rush. Rokit's got a Sundering Blade on the point, though, and Lich gets caught in it. Rokit now headed to the backline, just swinging for the fences at double speed. Hey, despite the tempo being up, I mean, Kintsugi are hanging right here in it. They are matching with the marching band, but Rokit will up the BPMs. We're maxing out the metronome. Let's go. Let's go. We're getting into some wicked fast drumming here. We're sticking with the music reference. Rokit's got the chops. We're headed to Palace. I know that one was pushing it. I'm sorry. It's a musician, like drummers or like chops are like a drummer thing too. Like it was a quality pun, y'all. It was a quality pun. I'm telling you. Overclock ready to go here from Nightmare, and kind of able to just defensively poise yourself. Kintsugi has high ground, but they have to jump down, otherwise give up first control. And you can see what happens when they try. Look like Rokit was able to work their way in for a pair. Found an opening pick, was able to get in while it looked like, you know, Kintsugi were perhaps deciding on how they wanted to drop down. Maybe we're waiting for like Winner's OC to get online. And Rokit just made the decision for him. Once again, keeping this tempo very high. Rokit moves in, is able to find an early pick onto Z's. And then you don't have Suzu. You only have Lucio heals. We saw the amp speed to try to get out, but Kintsugi just got caught. So 45% here. Second point on the board. Lich, just a bit of a feign, draw some aggro, get a little charge here for Zeb. OC now in play from Winner. Grabs in, catches Winners. They dove to the high ground. And Lich Tootsie, good grab with both DPS in it. Sound barriers late from Natsuki. But you caught Neptune already, so there's no answer. Zeb can run forward to the back of the shielding and close this out. Really well played on a knife's edge fight. It was a beautiful sound barrier, but now you're going to have to find something to answer Neptune's with. Sundering Blade could be the thing. See if Lich can get it built up in time, or even this Kintsugi rush. Can Kintsugi start setting the tempo here with these ultimates? They've got a little bit of a lead on both of those. Oh, Aniyun! You know, I talked about hitting a red X from across the map earlier on Garden. Hits this one on a Natsuki. Now, suddenly all those options feel a little shallow. Feel a little a little soft, a little wet noodly. I know the kill feed is so brutal. I am so sorry about the kill feed glitch. Oh, but I mentioned Z's punching power. There's that Kintsugi and a great opener onto Rokit, onto possibly the best vendetta in all of FACEIT League. But you know what? They're not going to get a chance to show their stuff here in that one. It's a flip. And Kintsugi win a very important fight here on Suravasa to keep the map alive. You still hold Sundering. Neptune still has that beat to work with. More importantly, this Graviton Surge. You're going to catch AST right out of the gate. Neptune's going to get both the beat. Here comes the Sundering Blade out of Rokit. Neither fight anything. 5v4 flip to Nightmare, but there's no tank for him on the board. OC out of Chopper to try to equalize here. Winner fights Rokit instead. Ooh, rotation 3v2, and it is going to be Kintsugi breaking Nightmare's ankles on this point with that rotation. They steal away Palace. We're headed to our 5th and final flashpoint to determine Suravasa. We're going, what, Temple? Ruins. Ruins. MF Bingo, thank you for the follow. What an opener. Winner setting the tempo, and that's what we're talking about. Kintsugi have been the one driving the force of this map over the past 3 flashpoints. They have been the one cranking up the metronome, and Winner comes up with a big 2-piece here in this first fight for guard control of Ruins in the final flashpoint. NCSU, thank you so much for the raid. Let's go. Thank y'all so much. Then wait for this team fight. After this team fight, I'll give you a shout out. This is an important team fight. This is an important team fight. AST is going to slow roll it, build it up towards gravity. You do have the sound barrier answer. So there it is, 96%. And Rokit goes in. Bubble trying to find access to that back line. See if they can find Natsuki. They knew Natsuki has the beat. Natsuki sneaks in through the mid window, hits all 5 with that beat. And that rush just was instant beeline into the back line. It's an instant beeline, a fast track to match point here for Kafe Kintsugi. They're going to stagger out one of those dangerous players in FACEIT League. 84% as Chopper goes down. Will not get any group respawn. We will get, looks like a potential touch. Let's see if Neptune can make it onto the point, or Rokit for that matter. Rokit is able to initiate the OT, but there's no DPS players here. Aniyun has a rush on the point, but can they do anything with it? Neptune's cut down. There's nobody left. It's just the Zarya left as Chopper returns into the fight with an overclock, but Lich is going to answer with their own ultimate. And Winter gets 2. Kafe Kintsugi wins Suravasa in 5 to move up to match point. I talked about all that. I mean, winning maps off of this team could be instrumental in them, winning out tiebreakers. Could be your map wins are your most pivotal factor in determining head-to-heads and determining tiebreaker wins. And they have already taken 2 off of Nightmare. 1 map away from closing out a series win. Of beating the team that everybody thought would just go undefeated through Season 7, right? Runasapi pick was Nightmare get 3rd map pick in a row. And we saw in chat, Fendi, who's a manager here in the scene, talking about how both teams had a pretty equal win rate on Suravasa. Both teams coming in at about an 80% win rate on that map. And that Kintsugi very, very good on that map, but Nightmare felt home there, felt comfortable enough to rely on Suravasa. And again, also, you do get that added bonus of keeping Hybrid out of the map pool. So, Nightmare should win Runasapi. Kintsugi will have to go to Escort. There'll be nothing else left in the pool with a push choice here. Reaper banned out. Okay. Not like I don't feel like we're super likely to see the Reaper over the Vendetta. This kind of feels like a Sojourn Protect. Some stats there from map 2. What stands out is Lich continue to dominate. What do you think? Chopper actually has top elims in the lobby at 29. Barely has top damage. Has top damage by less than 60. By less than 60. Very, very close. Oh, no, excuse me. Winter has 37. What am I talking about top elims? Winter has 37 elims. What am I talking about? But very close to top damage there for Chopper. Kintsugi, I mean, clearly won a couple more team fights, right? You look at 7 to 9 average deaths versus, 11 to 13 average deaths with a bit of an outlier. Let's go. Let's go. Huge raid. Another big W raid. I know, right? Thank you so much. Helping me celebrate our 500th FACEIT League match. Huge support. Let's get into Runasapi. Let's see. Can we... The shout-out's got like a 5-minute timer on it. Let's see if I can give Mott a shout-out. If you're not following Mott, go follow Mott. There we go. All right. Let's do this. Map 3. Nightmare on the back foot. Down 0-2 for the first time this season. They were just, I mean, Extinction were the first ones to force them to a map 5 after coming, from down 1-2 themselves, right? So for Nightmare to be down 0-2, like they've been nowhere near this position all season. And they look a little upset about it, although Rokit does kind of overextend there. Zeb still hiding? Do they know? Okay, yeah, they know. Sorry.
Secure and ready to move. We're on the move.
This is the match of the night. Of course, you got to tune in. Oh, I appreciate you. I appreciate you so very much. Then AST didn't actually ruin Masters. You know what? Fair. Nightmare stalled out. Trying to open up courtyard here just for a moment after winning that first fight. Rokit poising out of the window. I was gonna say, watch for a move for Rokit to push in. But it looks like they might just be working to build up towards ult. Zeez is actually leading. Oh, Jill, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. At this rate, we'll hit 1,000 before the end of the year. AST finds a great opening pick. You know what's a trade on your Vendettas, though? Cost you 1. Kitsu and play first. You're out of Z's. That advantage ends up being nullified. Aniyun gets the answer. You know what it's not, though? There's no answer for the grab. Z's? Natsuki get kills. You do still trade out 1. But here comes Lich. AST is caught. It's gonna grab. Catches 4. No way AST just 1v4 grabbed and killed them all. No way. What a bait. What a play. Oh my goodness. AST. Just. Are you playing with your food? What is this? That's the Nightmare we've been looking for. Did Nightmare just finally wake up here? Did Joel not warm up? What the hell? All right. Looking for a quick recontest. We've got an OC out of winner. Chopper has the answer. Rotation from Nightmare to try to take the high ground as Kintsugi dropped to contest the bot. They've also stolen the bot, as a matter of fact. Keep an eye on the Chopper-Lich duo, or duel, rather. Worth out a Lich to get Chopper out of your backline. Bot steal will result in a bit of a changing of the battlegrounds, and one that's favoring Kintsugi. A great catch on to Neptune at the top of the jump pad, and now a boop is going to put AST into the respawn. What a pair of team fights put together here by Kintsugi. And y'all thought I was crazy. I've been bragging on this team for 2 seasons now, and y'all thought I was crazy. All right? I know you did. I know you're like, pfft. But you, come on, you know the power of this team. You know those who have ball knowledge, y'all know. Y'all know. Z's, I mean, Z's, what an addition Z's has been. It's going to be Lich with a Sundering Blade here. You had Neptune caught behind the car. I believe that was Neptune, yeah? Yeah. Was trying to poise for a checkpoint, but the Sundering Blade does secure it. Ooh, Rokit. Oh, right on top! I can't believe Lich got out of there in time. Barely able to make it inside. Thank you for the Prime sub. I appreciate that very much. Do not envy commentators having to deal with the kill feed glitch. It's, you know what? It's forced me to improve my game, improve my eyes. You know? It's just forcing me to be better. Thank y'all so much for being here. Rokit. Oh, Maddie. Oh, you had to do him like that. You had to do him like that, huh? Dueling Kitsus. And it's Winner doubling down on a pair kills. Able to catch Aniyun as well, but I think that's all that Kintsugi are going to find. So Winner whittles the reinforcements down to 3, and Chopper, I mean, was it, what, 30 health there? AST ruined Master confirmed. AST kicks ass. The score is correct. Chopper with an OC. Checkpoint picked up. Nightmare. I mean, just with 1 kill on to Lich, are able to just equalize Hero Runasapi as we're hitting minute 14. Minute 4 remaining 14. I don't know. Nightmare just might have to slow it down, lock in. They did take the lead by 4 meters. It's a precious lead, is, you know, with only 3:45 left. Dolan grabs right in front of each other. We'll see who survives after they're both done. And it's absolutely a Nightmare advantage. Zeb kidnapped. Is able to find a late trade. Oh, and Winner. Okay, Chopper's there. Chopper's there. I was gonna say, all Winner needed was 1 meter, right? If Chopper doesn't just show up in time, like that could have been the lead right there for Kintsugi. Woo, woo. Plus the Kintsugi art style is one of my faves. It's kind of this team right now of putting together the pieces of the last 2 seasons and really kind of turning into gold here in this one. A pair of sound barriers have been unleashed into this fight. It's going to be Lich's Sundering Blade trying to chase down AST, but Aniyun and Chopper both pouring too much damage. You also have a Kitsu out of Aniyun to play with while Kintsugi back away. As I say that, Zeb isn't backing away. Zeb isn't backing away at all. Sundering Blade thrown in. Maybe you should have backed away. Zeb is thrown across the map and into a wall. A dominant team fight as AST comes up with another enormous fight. 4K for AST. You did lose Neptune in that, I believe. Oh, no, maybe it was Chopper. And then Neptune went back to Kite. $145. I was gonna say, where's Chopper? Chopper's looped all the way around the water wheel. But you know what? By the time they got in, AST's already dead. Has this plan already gone awry? I don't know. Looks like Nightmare's got control of the bot. I still see Rokit and Chopper here, so I know job's not done. Zeb moves in from the opposite side, though, looking to pincer the dynamic DPS. A right-click bubble will finish off Rokit. Chopper's been chased to the high ground, and, well, Winner and Zeb had sight lines up there. Kintsugi looking gold in that one, but are still down, 18 or so. I mean, yeah, that's about right. Yeah. Meters. We're going to get a very early engagement out of Nightmare. They're going to try to chase this down. OC from Winter to help protect the bots. They're going to march all the way to Courtyard, get these closed spawns. Now, oh man, a late decision from Nightmares. They have to come back around and try to buy some space into this Courtyard. They do use bubbles to do so, but they run right into a grab, an enormous 4-player grab. Lich jumps into the pack, whirlwind overheads, and everybody's getting cleaved. Lich gets 3, Kintsugi get the lead. "30 seconds to go, and Nightmare just watch the lead slip between their fingers. They are returning with their own grab, but Natsuki has the answer. Can they get Z's ultimate up in time as well to help counter back? Winter down. And a fairly convincing team fight win here for Nightmare. Z's will swift step in. Actually kills Neptune. But, the Lucio will regroup with the rest of the squad here pretty quick. It's a fairly long march. You got to go all the way up to where Lich is now, if Nightmare want to force a map 4. You have AST's grab to work with. Bubble onto Rokit, trying to combo with the grab, and Winter catches you down. Just no chance to get anything done. And now Kintsugi have control of the bot. Lich finds AST. Kintsugi have 3 owed. Nightmare. So stunned and flabbergasted, I couldn't even spit the sentences outright. This is not how the script was written. What did y'all do with my script? What is this upset out of Kintsugi? Holy Lich. Lich and Winter both. Winter with the huge save on that map for sure. I'm telling y'all, Winter's OWCS caliber. That's the performance. That's the performance. That's the clutch. That's the Winter clutch. Unbelievable result. I'm stunned. I'm speechless. Your DPS, I don't even know who to give player of the match to. I think I kind of have to give DPS to player of the match to Winter. As outstanding as Lich played and even looked like the better Vendetta today. I'm not saying that there's been a better Vendetta in the division, but they're looking like the better Vendetta today. I still think Winter gets your MVP. 26-7 there on map 3 of Runasapi. 8,500 damage. Outstanding series. Oh my god, I'm stunned. I'm stunned. Unbelievable. Kintsugi 3-0. Let's move forward. Okay, I'm just, wow. What else can you say?